Hello and welcome, students. This is Mathematical Logic lecture number 10. In this lecture, we are going to learn converse, inverse, and contrapositive of an implication statement. You are going to learn converse, inverse, and contrapositive of an implication statement. So from the heading, it is clear that there will be one implication statement. There will be an implication statement, and from that implication statement we will form converse of the implication statement, inverse of the implication statement, and contrapositive of the implication statement. So it's very important for us to understand that converse, when you say converse is of an implication statement. When you say inverse, it is inverse of an implication statement. When you say contrapositive, it is once again of an implication statement. So this three statements which you are going to learn, which three statements? Converse, inverse, and contrapositive. These three statements are only the outcomes of an implication statement. So let us begin with this very important, but at the same time, very simple concept. Okay. So consider we have an implication statement. Consider an implication statement as P implies Q. So when you have a implication statement P implies Q, it means you have the statement if P then Q. It is needless to say, what does this mean? It means if P then Q. It is if P then Q. So I write this in a bracket. If P then Q is same as P implies Q. Now for this statement, we can write first converse. So here I write converse. What am I going to write? I'm going to write converse of P implies Q. So here I'll write converse of P implies Q is given by Q implies P. What is converse of P implies Q? It is given by Q implies P. That is, if Q then P. So what is converse of if P then Q? This is the given implication statement. It's very important that you understand converse, inverse, contrapositive, they all arise from a given implication statement. So first there has to be some given implication statement. Only then you can begin with its converse, its inverse, its contrapositive. So I am given the statement P implies Q. So I will write converse of P implies Q. I will write inverse of P implies Q. I will write contrapositive of P implies Q. So one has to understand this. So converse of P implies Q is given by Q implies P. Then second we have is inverse. See, inverse. So I'll write inverse of P implies Q is given by negation P implies negation Q. I'm sorry, negation P implies negation Q. So what is inverse of if P then Q? Inverse of if P then Q is given by if not P then not Q. This is inverse. And finally we have contrapositive. What we have contrapositive. So I will write here contrapositive of P implies Q is given by negation Q implies negation P. Contrapositive of P implies Q is given by negation Q implies negation P. So what is contrapositive of if P then Q? Contrapositive of if P then Q is if not Q then not P. If not Q then not P. So once again I will repeat the whole thing which I taught you. See, in converts, what you do, if this is given statement, what do you do when you write the converts? When you write the converts, if P then Q becomes if Q then P. Okay, so what we do in converts is, as you all know, that P is known as hypothesis. What is P? P is hypothesis. In any implication statement, when you say if P then Q, so this part becomes hypothesis. If P, so it's a kind of hypothesis. You are saying if this. So when you say if this, it means that thing is an hypothesis. If P, so P is hypothesis. So you say if P is hypothesis, then Q is conclusion. What is Q? Q is conclusion. So when you write the converse, what do you do? You will make conclusion as hypothesis and the hypothesis become conclusion. See here. So what is converse of if P then Q? It becomes if Q then P. So you understand now this becomes hypothesis. This becomes hypothesis and P becomes conclusion. It becomes conclusion. Now, while writing the inverse, what happens? When you write the inverse of an implication statement, what happens? You know, once again, this is hypothesis and this is conclusion. You also call hypothesis as antecedent and conclusion you call it as consequence, antecedent, consequence. But I find hypothesis and conclusion much better to remember. Hypothesis. If there is an earthquake, then the schools will remain closed. If there is an earthquake. So there is an earthquake is an hypothesis. I'm saying if there is an earthquake, then the schools will remain closed. Schools will remain closed is a conclusion. So first you have hypothesis, then you have conclusion. So here P is hypothesis, Q is conclusion. What is the inverse? You write the negation of hypothesis and negation of conclusion. Sorry. Then you have the contrapositive of P implies Q. What do? You first change their role as you did in the converse. You change their role. That is, you make Q as hypothesis and P as conclusion. In addition to that, you also write the negation. So it is negation of Q implies negation of P. So I hope you have followed this. Let us solve few problems here. So here I have a question for you. The question is, write converse, inverse and contrapositive of the following statements. So there are total 4 questions. Here we have the first one. The given implication statement is, as I told you, whenever you have converse, inverse and contrapositive, remember these three are These three are also implication statements. These three are a converse is also an implication statement. An inverse is an implication statement. A contrapositive is also an implication statement. That is, these all three statements will have if something then something. This will be noticed in all the three, but these three will arise, they will be outcome of a given implication statement. That is, you would be given an implication statement like here, and then you have to write the converse, inverse, and contrapositive of this. So here we are given, see, the given implication statement is if x less than y, then x square lesser than y square, okay, where x, y are real. So here I'll write, it is if P then Q. I know the converse is if Q then P. The hypothesis and the conclusion, they change their role. So what will this become? It will become if the converse will be if x square lesser than y square, then x less than y. Then x less than y. Then we have inverse. In inverse, what you do? You will write negation of P. You will write if negation of this, then negation of this. Okay. So the negation of x less than y. So here I will write if x is greater than or equal to y, then x square is greater than or equal to y square. Remember students, the negation of x less than y. Here you have x less than y. What is negation of x less than y? It is x not less than y. You could have written x not less than y. But writing x not less than y, it is better to write x is greater than or equal to y. Similarly, the negation of x square less than y square, the negation of x square less than y square is x square greater than or equal to y square. This is inverse. And then finally we have contrapositive. So what is contrapositive? Contrapositive is you write you write if negation q, then negation P. If negation Q, then negation P. So this will become the hypothesis and also the negation. So you will write here, you will write this as if x square greater than or equal to y square, then x is greater than or equal to y. I hope you have followed this. You can check this once again. So another question for practice is, you are given a implication statement, and that implication statement is a family becomes literate if the woman in it is literate. Okay, now in this question, the given statement is slightly tricky. Now, when I say the given statement is tricky, what do I mean by that? See, we are used to finding an implication statement always starting with if, then you have a component statement, then another component statement. So you have if something, then something. So we are used to having if in the beginning. Now in the given implication statement, you notice that if is not in the beginning, it's in the middle. So we don't have to worry. It needs to be treated as if it is given. If the woman in the family is literate, then a family becomes literate. So though it is not given the way we want it to be, we will make it the way we want it to be. Okay, so how we will treat it? See, this is P for us. This is P for us. If woman in family is literate, this becomes P for us. Okay, if the woman in the family is literate, then a family becomes literate. So what is hypothesis for me? The hypothesis part is here. Remember, this is hypothesis. This is my hypothesis. And what's the conclusion? The conclusion is here. This is conclusion. Conclusion. I hope it's clear. So let's begin with the converse. As you know, when you are writing the converse of a given implication statement, what do? You write another implication statement in which the role of hypothesis and conclusion is changed. So here I will write, see, I will write if a family becomes literate, if a family becomes literate, then the woman the woman in it, the woman in it is literate. I hope you have followed what I did. See, the hypothesis part was here. This was the hypothesis part. This was the hypothesis part, this one. And this was the conclusion part. What I did, I made the conclusion part as hypothesis. So I wrote, if a family becomes literate, then the woman in it becomes, woman in it is literate. Now I have to write inverse. In inverse, what you do? You will write negation of hypothesis and negation of conclusion. So it will be if a if the woman, okay, you don't change the role, you do not change the role. What is hypothesis in the given implication will remain the hypothesis. What is conclusion will remain the conclusion. You only negate those. What do? You negate. So you will write here, if the woman in the family is not literate, please don't write illiterate, write not literate, then a family does not become literate. This is the inverse. And then we have contrapositive. For contrapositive, what you do? You have to negate as well as you have to change the role. So what will it be? See, this is the conclusion will become hypothesis and you also have to negate it. Okay. So here I will write, if a family does not become literate, then the woman in it is not literate. So this completes the answer. I have a suggestion for you. In case if somebody is getting confused in this, if at all you are, as such it is not that confusing, but then in case if somebody is getting confused here, I have a suggestion for you. See, the suggestion is you write the given statement, okay, once again, making it the way you want it to be. So what is that? You write it this way. You write the given implication, you write it once again. So you will write the above implication statement can be written as, and then you write if the woman in the family is literate, then a family becomes literate. See, what you can do is you can write the given implication statement this way. So here what you now see is nothing but the same. It is nothing but the same given implication statement. But what I have done, I have written if in the beginning. Unlike the given implication statement. So if I have written if in the beginning and after that, then, so now you notice that I have here P. So you notice that this part is P for me. See, this is P. And this part is Q for me. So now I will write the converse. So what will be converse? You know, in converse, you will write Q implies P. So a family becomes literate. See, if a family becomes literate, then woman in it is literate. You understand? So this is another way, simple way of writing the answer I taught you. Then you have the inverse. Okay, so for inverse, what you will do? The inverse, you know, it is negation P implies negation Q. So negation of this is what? If the woman in the family is not literate, you can check. If the woman in the family is not literate, then a family does not become literate. Okay. So this is another way of writing the answer. See, I did not find the given statement difficult. So I wrote the answer directly. But in case, see, it is up to a particular student. If a student finds it easy to understand the way it is given, he or she can go the way it is given. But I would suggest that do not challenge yourself. You do the way you find yourself comfortable in. So if you're comfortable this way, you write it this way. And the final one is, see, it is P here and Q here. And what is the contrapositive? The contrapositive is, if not Q, then not P. So that's what I have written. See, a family does not become literate. If a family does not become literate, then the woman in the family is not literate. I hope now you have followed this. I have taught you this thing in complete detail. You can watch this once again. Let's have one more question here, number 3, and it is, if surface area decreases, then pressure increases. The converse of this will be, if pressure increases, then surface area decreases. And you know better what we have done. We have just reversed the role of these statements. The one which was conclusion has now become the hypothesis, and the one which was hypothesis is now turned into conclusion. Okay. The next you have is inverse. In inverse, what we do here, the given statement is, if surface area decreases, then pressure increases. In inverse, we don't change the role of these two, we only write the negation of these two. Okay, so it will go as if you have to write negation of this. So what is negation of surface area decreases? The negation would be if surface area does not decrease, if surface area does not decrease, then pressure does not increase, then pressure does not increase. Finally, we have the contrapositive. Contrapositive is we will apply the negation and we also change the role of hypothesis and conclusion. So we will get here, we will write this as an hypothesis, which is a conclusion. This is conclusion, but we will write this as an hypothesis along with writing the negation of this. So we will have here if pressure does not increase, then surface area does not decrease. If pressure does not increase, then surface area does not decrease. I hope you have followed this. The last question here is, if voltage increases, then current decreases. So what will be the converse? The converse will be if current decreases, then voltage increases. Inverse will be if voltage does not increase, then current does not decrease. Contrapositive, we will have if current does not decrease, then voltage does not increase. That's it. We completed the converse, inverse, and contrapositive of a given implication statement. We have completed the converse, inverse, and contrapositive of a given implication statement. Thank you.